right, military sci-fi fans, buckle up because today we're diving into a book that took military sci-fi to a whole new level, Dorsai by Gordon R. Dickson. This is the book that gave us a planet full of elite, genetically bred mercenaries. I mean, if that doesn't get you interested, what will? So Dorsai is part of Dickson's Childe cycle, a whole series that tackles human potential, destiny, and a ton of other deep topics. But in this book, we're just going to keep it simple. We follow Donal Graeme, a guy with the personality of a stone-cold calculator, and the charm of, well, a very serious guy in a power suit. But hey, we're not here for warm and fuzzy. We're here for a tactical mastermind taking on the universe. Here's the basic setup. The Dorsai are a society of warriors, the best soldiers for hire in the galaxy. Other planets focus on politics, science, economics, but not Dorsai. They're all about the business of war. And Donal Graeme? He's their latest and greatest recruit. This guy is intense. Think of him as a mix between Sun Tzu and a Terminator, with just enough humanity to keep things interesting. Now, you might think, oh, it's just another hero mowing down armies and conquering planets, right? But Dorsai isn't just an action fest. It's about strategy, it's about vision, and it's about how Donal can think 5 moves ahead of everyone else in the room. When you read this, you feel like you're watching a chess game where the stakes are galaxies, and Donal's here to checkmate everyone. All right, let's talk about the big, beefy ideas Dickson throws at us. This book isn't just about winning wars. It's about what it means to be the best, what it means to shape the future, and even what it means to be human. Donal's got this grand vision for the Dorsai, a way of life that transcends just being mercenaries. He's thinking, how can I elevate my people to something more? And that's where the book gets interesting. One minute you're watching Donal lead a brutal, perfectly calculated assault, and the next you're deep in his head trying to figure out his long-term plans. It's like watching a sci-fi Napoleon mixed with a philosopher. Don't expect explosions on every page, but when things do blow up, they blow up hard. Now, the Dorsai culture itself is fascinating. This isn't your average warrior race. They're disciplined, they're professional, and they have this whole code of honor thing going on. They don't fight because they like it. They fight because it's what they're born and bred to do. And that makes them kind of respectable. You're like, these guys could kill me in 100 ways, but hey, at least they'll do it respectfully. And watching Donal navigate this world with his own unique style, you get this sense of, I don't know, a mix between admiration and fear. Because he's got the skills, he's got the vision, and he's got this aura of destiny around him. It's like he's saying, I'm here to do something big, and you're either with me or in my way. This book is not for everyone. If you're looking for nonstop action, Dorsai is probably going to feel a bit like a long, intense war meeting. It's more about thinking than fighting, more about what's going on in Donal's head than on the battlefield. So if you're coming into this expecting nonstop action, well, you might be a little disappointed. But if you like a hero who's got brains and brawn, and you don't mind a little philosophy mixed in with your sci-fi, this book just might be your thing. All right, bottom line, Dorsai is a classic for a reason. It's not flashy, it's not showy, but it's got this cool factor that you can't deny. Donal Graeme is a total legend, and the way he's written, you feel like you're watching a master at work. If you're looking for military sci-fi that makes you think, that makes you wonder what the next move is, this is it. Dickson doesn't spoon-feed you explosions. He lets you sit in the quiet tension, and when things go down, it's like a shot to the gut. And you know what? It's kind of cool to think about how much Dorsai influenced military sci-fi that came after. Dickson's portrayal of the Dorsai, this elite, honorable warrior society that's almost monastic in their discipline, is one of those early examples of sci-fi using a focused, almost Spartan-like culture. If you think about it, you can see that influence popping up all over science fiction. You've got Halo's Spartans, the soldiers in The Expanse, and even the Space Marines from Warhammer 40K. Dickson's Dorsai might not have the brute force armor of some later sci-fi soldiers, but they've got that tactical edge, that psychological intensity. They're more like warrior philosophers, part soldier, part strategist, and all about the honor and duty that comes with it. Another thing that makes Dorsai stand out is how Dickson handles Donal Graeme's character. This guy isn't your typical hero. He's more like this intense, almost alien figure. As a Dorsai, he's got this single-minded focus and almost superhuman discipline. But he's also deeply isolated. As a kid reading it, you might see him as just a badass warrior. But rereading as an adult, you see that he's constantly struggling to fit in. He's so exceptional that it isolates him. He's like the ultimate lone wolf. It's this psychological edge that makes Dorsai more than just sci-fi action. Donal's journey is about dealing with isolation and purpose. He's constantly questioning his own nature, his limits, and even his place in the universe. That's what gives the book this deep, introspective layer. So it's not just about a warrior taking on enemies. It's about a guy trying to understand himself and how he fits into this complex universe. And that's something that gives Dorsai a lot of staying power. You get the action, but you also get a character who's fighting on the inside too. So if you're a fan of modern military sci-fi, Dorsai is one of those classics that set a lot of that tone. If you want space battles, strategy, and a main character who looks at the universe and says, I'm going to own this, check out Dorsai. It might just turn you into a fan of the whole series. And hey, if you've read Dorsai or any other Childe cycle books, hit up the comments and let me know what you think. Do you vibe with Donal's vision, or is it all a bit much? And as always, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Burn bright and burn enough.